Greetings. It's just the two of us, Russ Hatfield here, along with my twin soul Kara, a higher dimensional member of Ashtar Command and ambassador of Sirius. This month, we'll look at the speakers in channeling sessions we've posted from their side in this month's editorial that we call From Their Perspective. For a full transcript of this latest editorial, please go to our main homepage at hadesbasednews.com. We invite you to subscribe to be kept informed of future postings on our YouTube channel from the members of Ashtar Command. And now we present From Their Perspective. Something we'd like to share with you is the perspective of those borrowing Mark's body to give us their wisdoms and teachings. Each one lived on a higher dimension, but that wasn't always the case. Each of them came through third-dimensional lives and bring with them a long list of accomplishments and knowledge. Most have a lifespan of nearly 1,000 years, except for Tia, who only lives half that long, and Omal, who was watching the birth and death of Atlantis. At the time of the challenge sessions during the 90s, it's no big thing that they were speaking to us from Mars, or even that the occasional speakers from Ashtar Command would be Ashtar or Sananda himself. Let's look at each real quickly to get an idea of who's doing the talking. Omal, the base commander, and someone who has worked with Mark and myself previously in other lives. Seeing it from that perspective, our trying our best to follow his lead was always our goal. From his perspective, the ability to speak to us without interference from the thoughts of the channeler presented a unique opportunity to share the channeling session with various members of the base, such as those below. Kara, a base healer for a number of years until one particular session where she suddenly became an ambassador of Sirius. Despite that promotion, her perspective has always been that of a healer first and foremost. Of course, she is also my twin soul and co-writer of pretty much everything you read from us. Kiri, a base engineer and sister of Kara. The most fun-loving of the four main speakers, the followers of the archives know her from her skill at coercion. Months could be spent on her lessons on the subject. Her perspective is one of demonstrating the benefits of a higher dimensional lifestyle. Tia, she is the head of a team of data analysts studying our planet through forecasting our future, is most of what they do. It's from that perspective that everything except the topic of astral projection has often serious undertones. It seems like in the 10 years of channeling sessions that we've posted, the topics are from the 90s, but what is discussed could be in today's headlines. Alana, daughter of Kara, she works with the dolphins of Dolphin Lake, studying them, learning their language, and being an ambassador herself between the two worlds. Last month and this month, we heard her greet us speaking in Dolphin, which demonstrated her growing skill. Her perspective revolves around her friends with flippers and their interactions. Laika. During the years she spoke to our group, we watched her get promotions all the way up to captain. One paragraph is too short to cover such an amazing person. Her commitment to defending other third-dimensional worlds like ours, as part of the Syrian Defense Force, meant that at any time during the years she channeled, she could have been killed or missing in action during one of her missions. It's the perspective of a young woman who has seen death in all its many forms, yet still loves life with a passion. Corton. We were always honored to have the head of communications for Ashtar Command as one of the co-sponsors, along with Omal, who initiated the first channeling sessions. His possession made it so that he could only attend when his schedule allowed, and his perspective has always been one centered on communicating his knowledge as precisely as possible. He was a key part of the chain of command that helped remind us of the seriousness of our purpose. Treebeard. By far the oldest of our speakers, at over 800 years old, he is the head gardener of the base with a speech pattern reflective of his great age. There are divas on Earth, and there are divas on the base that he is very much in tune with, and we were able to learn quite a bit on the subject during these next few months as we studied trees and divas. There are even more members of the command we could mention, but The above speakers have been the greatest influence from what has been shared so far. The archives are rich sources of information on life after ascension and how to prepare for it ahead of time. All the speakers have had lives they remember on the third dimension and know what it took to achieve that next level of existence. We are happy to be one of the many bridges between dimensions wherein the human race needs new options to solve old problems. In love, light, and wisdom at one, Russ and Kara.